What's up guys, it's Burning Rubber here and we are back with the Audi A4 B9. A lot of you guys have asked and we will now deliver. We got a spoiler for this car as a very simple mod for you guys to do. Huge shout out to SpoilerKing, who are very generous enough to sponsor this video. If you guys think this mod is going to look great on your car, you could also use the promo code Burning Rubber before the end of the year to get 30% off purchase for your own spoiler for your car. So let's go ahead and take a look at the spoiler itself. It came in this very small box, which I was pretty surprised about, and it turns out it is made out of this rubber material, so it's quite flexible, and you could see that it has 3M tape in order to fasten down to the trunk of the vehicle, which is really neat since we don't have to be drilling any holes or having to put any screws into the car. Up next, we also have a license plate frame that SpoilerKing was generous enough to send out in some swag. So we have like a beanie hat and looks like a shirt as well as a bumper sticker. Got that. And then a pretty sweet looking shirt here, front and back. So you guys could see that this spoiler comes in a very like rubber flat look. And so what you might have noticed is that more or less we're using a gloss look on a white. So I've also purchased some Plasti Dip, and this is the same material that we used for the mirror caps and the fin, and you could definitely see that in a previous video. We'll leave the links in the description below. So we'll attach the spoiler and then mask around and get it painted, that way it matches the rest of the vehicle. All right, sweet guys, let's put on the car to see what it's going to look like. So very flexible type rubber material, so it should be pretty easy to attach. But I like that. That looks really nice. It's gonna be more like that. It is a little bit hard to work with, but we'll have some help here to get it attached correctly. But pretty excited. Let's do it. So the first step in doing this is we have some alcohol and paper towels to ensure that the surface that we're putting this thing on is very clean. So we're just gonna go ahead and get some towels. Alcohol. Just make sure no debris, no dirt. That way we have the best adhesion as possible. So some of you guys might be thinking that having it on this 3M tape is a little bit poor quality, but you'll be surprised. It's very strong stuff. I know that the lip that we attached in a previous video was on 3M tape along with a few fasteners, but overall it's on there good. So not too worried about it flying off. Let that evaporate and I think we'll be ready to go here. Alright guys, a few other details that I would like to also point out is with the spoiler we have some alcohol prep pads, and you don't have to be using them, but we decided not to, as well as this primer adhesion promoter. So this will help accelerate the bond and just make it more sturdy. And in addition, SpoilerKing was also very generous to give us some very detailed instructions. Normally, like if you were to buy something like this somewhere else, they would just kind of have you do it on your own. But it's pretty helpful to have some very well written documentation as to how to install this so that you get the best adhesion. And even there's steps on painting it, which is just a step above and beyond. So one of the minor details here is the weather. It's currently 54 degrees outside, and so it's considered fairly cold, and there's actually instructions on how to deal with that. So it says, under cold conditions, place spoiler in between the dashboard and windshield above the vent, turn the heat for 15 to 20 minutes, making sure that the entire spoiler gets contact. So we're gonna go ahead and do that so that the unit itself could get nice and warm. So I'm gonna set it down here on this vent with the adhesive facing down. Actually, I might try it this way instead. And then we'll start the car. And then just high with full max. So now let's just wait for 15-20 minutes to make sure that the entire spoiler has gotten up to temperature, and we'll be ready for installment. So while the spoiler is being heated up right now, we're gonna go ahead and apply this K520 primer adhesion promoter. So this will ensure that the bond is as strong as it could get. And so the instructions here is to apply a pretty thin coat and then just wait 5 to 10 minutes for it to fully dry, and then the spoiler is ready to be bonded. So let's go ahead and do that now. So just like super glue, you have a little hole you need to make. We'll apply a pretty thin layer. So now we're just gonna wait a couple minutes for it to fully dry. It looks like it's already drying now, but once that's fully settled, I think we could go ahead and install it. Alright guys, so we got the spoiler installed and I think it looks absolutely fabulous. In fact, we're not going to paint it. It just looks really good. It matches the trim of the doors and windows very well. It has that flat rubber look to it, which is exactly as this is as a stock vehicle. But overall, I think the quality of this is very, very well made. You could see that it's pretty stiff. One of my concerns was that the adhesive would pry off if you were to push down, but this isn't going anywhere. It's very strong and it just feels very rigid. And overall, installation process was fairly straightforward. And I would highly recommend you guys to add this very simple mod. Took maybe 45 minutes to an hour to complete. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. That's it for this very simple mod. If you guys have any other ideas that you'd like us to incorporate into this car, let us know and we'll be happy to take a look. Once again, a huge shout out to SpoilerKing.com who sponsored this video. And if you are interested in this mod, use the promo code BURNINGRUBBER to get 30% off your order before the end of the year for any spoilers. Thank you guys. Please like and subscribe.